Welcome back to the Pig Trail Show. We're joined by our baseball insider, Dudley Dawson. Dudley, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Diamond Hogs as they have been hitting the transfer portal hard this past week. And just today, they picked up another guy, a shortstop from Sacramento State, Wahiva Aloy. I hope my Hawaiian is correct on that. Can you talk about him a little bit and tell us what the Diamond Hogs just got?
Yeah, mahalo, I guess. The shortstop from Sacramento State. He's originally born in Maui. Freshman of the year in the WAC conference. Also a freshman All-American. A guy who had 14 home runs, 56 RBIs. Plays a really good shortstop. Did have more errors than you would like, but that was because of his range. Also hit 376 to lead his team, and so they feel really good about him coming in here. And basically taking over for John Bolton, who is out of eligibility.
Yeah, that's a great shortstop get in him. I'm excited to see him play for the Hogs. Another guy that people were excited about to see commit was Texas Tech catcher. Something that they need is a good catcher in Hudson White. Let's talk about him.
Yeah, Hudson White is the guy who started 2 years for Texas Tech. He was also a freshman All-American his first year there at Texas Tech. Very good offensive player, but very good defensive player too. So that'll give them, Parker Rowland last year gave them a really good defensive catcher and helped call pitches and all that. But his offense left a little bit to be desired. He did have some big hits, but Hudson White will come in, and you think that he should be able to take over that spot. I guess Parker Rowland can challenge me and then take it over if he wants. But that's I think that's the what they think is going to happen. A really good get for them, as you can see, they're going up the middle there with shortstop, catcher, making sure that defense is where it needs to be to get back to the College World Series.
Oh, I know Dave Van Horn is trying to make sure that happens. He is just reloading for next season. Another guy that he's bringing in is from Missouri. He's a Missouri outfielder, and Ty Wilmsmeyer. Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, I've had a chance to talk with Ty a little bit this weekend. He's very excited to come down here. Played at Missouri last year. Really good, solid outfielder. As you know, Arkansas, depending on where Kendall Diggs plays next year, could have a whole different outfield. Kendall could play left or right. We'll see. How it plays itself out, but you could have a whole different outfield because of the Major League Baseball draft and what Arkansas is going to lose. But he's a guy that very solid guy, hits the ball well, has, as I said, very good defensively, just a good solid outfielder. Somebody you would hope would come in and have the kind of year that say Tavion Josenberger did. Jared Wegner, as I try to pronounce these, exactly Jared Wagner, but he wants us to call him Jared Wegner. So, but that's the current guy.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that you bring up Jared Wagner because we have another Wagner coming in, which is going to really confuse me because Jack Wagner is coming in from Tarleton State. Now, he played first base over there, but I've seen him all over the place. I mean, he's a guy that really can play a lot of positions defensively.
Yeah, former Tavion Josenberger teammate. Tavion was playing second, played the outfield some when Jack Wagner was playing right field for Kansas. But when he went to Tarleton State, played first base, had a really big year. Was the player of the year in their conference. Just another guy that they really feel good about getting. And, somebody that, again, comes in, anchors things defensively, has experience. Two of these guys are grad transfers. The other one is a senior. And then you've got the freshman or the sophomore, I should say, who is coming off being a freshman All-American. And it should be the slick fielding shortstop that, the people around these parks like.
I absolutely love, Dudley, that Dave Van Horn is hitting the transfer portal hard. He understands because he sees it from Sam Pittman and Eric Musselman, the success that you can have with a team if you hit the transfer portal hard. I think that's exactly what he's been doing this offseason, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure that he's mad that he's getting to have visits this week and not in Omaha, because that's certainly a place they have been through too many times, and I'm sure he's working on getting back there. But these are four guys that certainly appear to be really good pickups. Certainly appear to be what they really wanted to go out and get. I doubt that that's where it stops. You're going to have when you have the number one recruiting class in the country, as Arkansas does, you're going to have some of those taken off the top in the Major League Baseball draft on July 9th to 11th. Then they've got till July 25th to sign. So it's a whole month of things that's really going to play itself out next month.
And a nice segue into that is the MLB Combine coming up this Monday, correct? And they have four Razorbacks in it, four former Razorbacks in it, and also 12 signees. Is that correct?
Yes. Tavion Josenberg and Jace
Chase ibuprofen. I
Ian
don't know.
Chase, yeah, Chase, who certainly had a great for Arkansas. Those two, they're two of the Razorbacks that are, from my understanding, going to be in attendance. 12 of the commits, last signees are going to be there. I think 6 or 7 of those, are expected to be taken very highly, and Arkansas is going to have to, worry about that. As Coach Van Horn said, he's worried he's going to get smoked in the draft, but that's why you go out and sign some of these transfers as well. But 12, it's going to be on the Major League Baseball Network the next couple of days on Monday and Tuesday. Should be fun to watch and see not only how some of the current Razorbacks, who are probably going to be nicely compensated next year, and some of the young guys that will be here. Really, some of them are already here this summer. Some of them will be here later this summer if they get through the Major League Baseball draft.
There's a lot of questions still to answer for Dave Van Horn and the Diamond Hawks for next season and what this roster will look like. But so far, it's looking pretty good, right, Dudley?
Absolutely, I think I don't think he wants to be sitting here next year, and neither does his staff, neither does the players he has coming back, and certainly, as we know, the fans don't, as they have certainly let the drumbeat know. But that's what you do when you got a monster; you got to keep feeding it.
You definitely do. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dudley. We're going to have so much more Pig Trail Show coming up after the break. Stay with us.